What's going on, team? What's going on, team? Welcome to tonight's isolation session market breakdown for December the 17th. Hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you guys had a great trading day. It's been a little bit that since I've done these sessions, so hope you guys enjoy it. You know, I've been doing pretty much just like the one-on-one sessions, right? Just to give you guys an update. I've been doing the one-on-one sessions. Haven't really been focusing on doing these sessions. That's what E came back to do, so thank you to him for, you know, keep doing his thing, for doing his thing, for doing his thing. So just gonna give everybody, we'll start at 7:05. We'll give everybody another 3 minutes here to join, and then we'll get started. Let me make sure I posted the link in Discord. I did. Okay. For everybody that's new, just in case, if you guys are interested in one-on-one sessions, if you guys are interested in joining us in the live trading sessions in the morning, Monday through Friday, make sure you guys join the Discord. Everything we do here in this group, sorry, let me look for the link. Everything we do here in this group, guys, completely free. We do free one-on-one sessions. We do these free daily live streams. We do the free daily live trading sessions. We have a weekend session where we just update our charts. We do that on Sunday. We update our daily time frame, 4-hour time frame, 30-minute time frame, talk about where we're at, what we're looking for. We do that on Sunday. Monday through Thursday, we do the isolation session, which is from 7 to 8 p.m. And then Monday through Friday, we do the live trading session from 6 to 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. So make sure you guys join the Discord. Once again, everything is free. We don't charge. If you guys get a message on Discord talking about, oh, you know, send me $10, $20 for signals, we don't do that. This is not a signals group. This is the academy that we run. We're here to teach people how to trade. If you want to learn how to trade, join up. Alright, if you don't and you're just looking for signals, if you're looking to just enter trades when somebody tells you to enter trades, this is not what we do here. And yeah, last but not least, right, this is the session where we go over the pairs personally that I trade during the NYC session. The pairs that I look and that I trade are the ones with the red folder next to their name. Starting off with AU, finishing off with US oil. We'll be going in order, starting from the top to the bottom. So we'll be looking at AU, EA, EU, AU, EA, EU, ECAD, GA, GJ, GU, GCAD. I don't know why this is off. Hold on, I feel like there was one missing. AU, EA, EU, ECAD. GA, GCAD, GJ, GU, US30, USDCAD, USD ZAR, gold, Bitcoin, and oil. Those will be the pairs that I'll be looking at. Sup, bro? It's been a long time. It's been a little bit. What's good, Con? Hope you're having a fantastic day, my brother. Yeah, I was just saying, excited to do this class for tonight. It's been a little bit. Might stutter here and there, but it's all good. Just gotta get the motors rolling, man. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, any other pairs you guys want me to go over, let me know. Again, don't, you know, just because these are the pairs that I'm looking at, the ones with the red folder, doesn't mean these are the only ones we could go over. Again, if you guys have any other pair that you guys want me to go over, whether or not they're on my list, just let me know. Again, I am going to go in order starting from the top to the bottom. So, you know, if your pair that you want me to look at is not on my list, for example, if you want me to look at AUDCAD, we'll go over it, but I'll go over it at the end of the stream. It's just a little bit easier for me too, so we could put the timestamps in the description and have everything in order already. So, I got sick. You're better than me, man. Oh, bro, I was sick for like what, two weeks, almost 3 weeks. Maybe like a month ago. It was like the beginning of. Was it the beginning of November? I don't even remember when it was, bro. That was such a blur to me. I was so sick for like 2 weeks, and I couldn't do anything, bro. I didn't trade for that 3 weeks. I didn't trade. I couldn't get out of bed. I was sweating all day, bro. It was so bad. I'm not gonna lie. There was one day where I didn't go to the hospital because I said, yeah, I don't want to deal with doctors. I don't want to deal with none of that. And again, like, I knew I was just sick, so it wasn't like, you know, what are they gonna tell me? Oh, you're sick. Here's some antibiotics. Like, I have that at home. You know, I'm not gonna die or anything. But that was yeah, it was brutal, bro. But I'm good. I got better. So I've just been keeping it cool, man. I haven't been doing anything too crazy. Holidays over here, so just been trying to make this bread, man, and that's pretty much it. So Alright, we'll get started here again, guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Also, for the people who watch the recording, if you guys have any questions when you guys watch the recording, again, feel free to message me like you guys always do. Also, if you guys have any questions about the recording, right, make sure you guys write down the timestamp, right? For example, in this case, oh, you know, jumpers, in 6 minutes and 5 seconds, you were talking about, you know, yada 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 yada. Can we go over it? You know, and it'll make the process easier, so we know what we're talking about. We know where we gotta go. We know what to look for. So yeah, those are for the people watching the recording. You know, if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me. Um, when I'm sick, I'm really sick. Happens maybe 1 to 2 times a year, but when it hits me, then really I have an eye on US30, maybe a potential for long-term trade. Gotcha. We'll go over US30. Yeah, US30 is very interesting right now. That was one that I was keeping an eye on this morning, so we'll definitely go over that. And yeah, Con, no, I'm the same way for real. I usually don't get sick. Um, like I don't get sick throughout the year. However, I do get sick once, like what you said, 1 to 2 times a year. Um, and 1 out of the 2 times I'll be really sick, and it'll last about a week, 2 weeks. So it usually happens every year. That's pretty much tradition for me. So that's also another reason why I wasn't really worried about not going to the hospital or going to the doctors or whatever. I'm like, what are they gonna? They're gonna tell me the same thing they've been telling me for the last 10 years. Oh, you're sick. Oh, you have the flu. Oh, you have this and this. Like I have all that medication at home. You know what I mean? The first the first 2 3 days I was just, you know, went on a juice cleanse, drank water, drinking my emergencies, you know, taking the vitamins and all that. Until like maybe like the 5th day, and then on the 5th day I got really bad. So that's when I started taking some antibiotics that I had here, and then I started feeling a little better. But yeah, man, it was brutal, bro. I hate that. Doctor is going around again. Yeah, literally, bro. It happens every year. That's exactly what he's gonna tell me. He's like, oh, you know, it's okay. Everybody's getting sick now. It's that time of year. Here's some prescription for whatever. You know, if you feel bad in 2 days or whatever, come back to me. So it's like I already know what he's gonna tell me. I don't have to. Yeah, I'm not a crazy person. I don't gotta go to the doctor every time I'm feeling the same way every year. So like at this point, I'll go to a doctor if I'm fucking dying. Like if I tell you, bro, I'm dying, I gotta go to the hospital or I gotta go to the doctor, then we'll go. But if it's just like a regular sickness, I'm coughing, you know, fever. Like for example, for 2 days I ran 104 fever. So those, you know, those 2 days I was fucking out of it, bro. I was so that was a really bad 2 days. I'm not gonna lie. But again, like I already knew, like okay, I have a fever, but I have nothing else. Like I'm not shivering. I'm not doing none of that shit. So I just drank water, took a shower, sat outside in the sun all day. So 104 is crazy. Yeah, they were telling me like 104 is 104 is dangerous territory, but it's all good. We made it, man. We made it through. Happy they got better. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's get started, guys. So we'll start off with AU again, guys. I'm not gonna, you know, make this super long. You know, we do the same thing every single day, every single session, every single week. You know, we don't have to go into crazy details in the isolation session. You know, that's what the Sunday session is for. So yeah, I'm not gonna go into crazy detail again, unless you guys have any questions. You know, then I'll go into detail. We'll do what we gotta do, but for the most part, you know, if we don't have any questions in the chat, if I don't have any questions in the Discord either, um, you know, I'm just gonna go through this. We don't have to sit here for an hour and a half, you know, doing the same thing for 14 pairs. We already know we're gonna go to the daily, where we're at the market makers pattern, what we're looking for. Go to the full hour. Do we have any continuations? Where are we in the full hour? And then the same thing in the 30-minute. You know, are we trading against the trend, with the trend? Are we in the 30-minute lows, 30-minute highs? You know, where are we overall? It's gonna be the same thing for every single pair, right? So the first 2 3 pairs we'll take it easy, and then I'll start speeding it up. But again, if you guys have any questions, once again, if you guys need me to slow down or anything like that, just let me know. If you guys need me to repeat something, just let me know, and we will go over it. So AU, we know we're in A2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for the third and final push to the bottom, and AU is looking good. We're right back at the low of consolidation. We're right back at the bottom. The only thing with AU that we have here that I'm still not 100% comfortable with, the reason why I haven't really been taking trades on AU, is that we still have this gap at the top of the market. So again, how many times has price been at these lows, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and now this is the 5th time, right? Every single time from before, every single time before now, what did price do? At the lows, went back to the highs. At the lows, went back to the highs. At the lows, went back to the highs. At the lows, went back to the highs, right? So could the same thing happen where we're at the lows once again, we reject these lows the same way we did the last 4 times, and we come back up to fill this gap? That could happen, right? We could still be trading in the zone consolidation on AU. So this is a situation where we have 2 months of drop, this month being the 3rd month. We already had that 3rd month low, but we could still see that price is still giving us lower lows and lower highs, right? We also know that in the 4-hour time frame, what do we have? We have 3 weeks of drop. We could still see lower lows and lower highs, and right now we're at the lower low, right? We have 3 weeks of drop, this week being the 4th week. I'm not expecting price to continue the push down to the bottom, but it could happen. We could still see the trend. We're still pushing lower lows and lower highs, so it is what it is. We just gotta kind of wait it out. We gotta wait for price to do what it wants to do, and then we'll continue to follow the trends. And then here in the 30-minute time frame, we have a day of drop, no continuations. We're still trading again at the lower low. So once again, you guys know me. I'm very strict when it comes to my rules. There's a lot of pairs on our list that there's a gap going opposite of the trend. For example, how AU has a gap at the top of the market, but we're in an overall downtrend. This is a pair that I'm just not going to be trading, right? It's just something I'm not comfortable with. Very similar to EU, for example, right? We'll go to EU real quick, just so you guys can see the example, right? AU in the daily time frame, where are we? We're in V1, we're in the first zone of consolidation. We're at the low of the zone of consolidation. This is our safety trade. But I understand that before I could look for price to continue to push to the top side, I need to see price fill this gap up. Right, this 30-minute gap at the low, and where's that gap is going to be right here. Right, so until if price doesn't fill this gap up, I'm not taking a trade. I don't care how good price looks. I don't care that we have 2 days of rise going into a 3rd day. You know, I'm not going to be looking for a trade. If you guys could see, since this gap was printed, we're talking about November 25th. It's almost been a month, and I have not taken an EU trade. Right, very similar to AU. Once again, I'm not really going to be taking a trade on these pairs that have gaps. It's just not a safe trade. So when we're looking at pairs like that we have gaps, I'm not even gonna use the time to really go over anything too crazy. But EA, we're in V2, we're in the 2nd zone of consolidation. We're looking for that 3rd and final push to the top side. We're looking good. Right now we're in the middle of the zone of consolidation, so not the best spot to look for a trade. But we can see that price is continuing that push to the top side. We had 3 weeks of rise. On the 3rd week, price gave us a rise no net. This week being the 4th week, price already gave us that 4th week push to the top side. So EA is looking good. EA is looking good. Would have loved to have seen price give me a pullback back down to these 30-minute engulfing candles. Right, I would have loved to have seen price give me a steeper pullback to then continue to push to the top side, but it's all good. Right, we could still use this area for future references. You know, whenever we're looking for a pullback, this is most likely where we'll get that pullback to then continue. So right now for EA, since price already gave us that 4th week push to the top side, I'm no longer really looking for price to continue the push to the top side. So this is one where at this moment, technically speaking, price already gave us the move that we were looking for this week. So I'm no longer really keeping this on my watch list for now. So I'm going to turn this one off for now. EU, we talked about it, right? We know that EU, we still have that gap at the bottom of the market. We're still kind of moving sideways in this little zone that we've been in since last week, Wednesday. So this is going to be another one where at this moment, I'm just going to turn this chart off. I'm not going to be messing with this. Very similar to AU, I'm not going to forget. AU, I'm not trading either, so I'm turning that off on my watch list. Again, guys, any questions, just let me know. EURCAD, we're in V1, we're in the first zone of consolidation. We're looking for that 2nd push to the top side. Before we could get that 2nd push to the top side, what do we want to see? We want to see a break of structure, right? We want to see a break of these highs, and we can see that every single time price was up here, we had a testing candle, price came back down. Went back up, testing, came back down. came back up, testing candle, came back down, came back up, testing again, went right back down to the bottom, right? So we've yet to get a clean break of structure from this pair. So at this moment, again, we understand we still have a gap here at the bottom. We don't have a break of structure of the highs yet, right? This was also one of those pairs in the situation where we had a little zone of consolidation, right? We had a zone of consolidation, we had the break, and now we're getting the retest. So I'm still not going to be looking to take a trade on EURCAD. EURCAD is one of those pairs where I'm going to be super patient. You know, if we get a crystal clear entry and a setup that looks picture perfect, then beautiful, we'll take that trade. But if not, we're just going to take it easy. We're not going to force any trades. EURCAD, very similar to EA. We had 3 weeks of rise. On the third week, we had a rise no net. So we were expecting price to give us a push up this week as well. And price already gave us that push. So once again, price already gave us what we wanted to see for the week. Already gave us the push. We still have that gap at the bottom. So EURCAD, I'm really not going to be super interested in trading EURCAD at this moment, right? We also already had 3 days of rise. Today, price gave us a 4th day push to the top side. We know that we had a gap in the market, resets to trend, right? We had a gap here as well, reset the trend. So it's all good. Price is doing exactly what it needs to do. However, again, the move that we were looking for the week has already been made. So at this moment, I'm not going to entertain EURCAD. I'm just going to move forward. Again, the easiest way to trade, and you know, I'm very different than a lot of other people who are in this trading space. I'm very different than a lot of the people who, you know, provide classes and provide mentorships and all that. 99% of traders are going to tell you, oh, you know, you have to look at one pair. Like, you guys have to understand that if that one pair that you're looking at isn't giving you a setup that you want to see, a beginner trader 99% of the time is going to force a trade, right? Why? Because he just went 5 days, right? He went a whole trading week without trading. So on the second week of trading, he's trying to force trades, right? If you start training yourself to look at multiple pairs and you start training yourself to start looking for the setup that you're looking for, right? If one pair isn't giving you the setup that you're looking for, go look at the other pair. And if that pair isn't giving you the setup that you're looking for, go look at another pair, right? And start learning how all these pairs correlate with each other, right? That it's a big thing in trading. So we'll keep it at that. I don't want to rant. Every single time I do these sessions, I feel like I rant, but it's not even a rant. It's just, you know, again, I'm here to help you guys kind of understand, you know, when you guys see how I mark up my charts, you know, doing the sessions, yeah, I'm going over and it's taking me, let's say it's taking me 3-4 minutes, 3-5 minutes to go through each and every single pair, right? Each pair, it takes me about 3 to 5 minutes. Realistically speaking, when I do this on my own time before I start the classes, or even on the nights that I don't do the classes but I still update my charts, it takes me about 10-15 minutes to update, you know, the 20 pairs that I look at. It really should only take me between 30 seconds to a minute per pair, right? It's like as soon as I see the chart, I already know what I'm looking for, right? That's the type of, when I first started trading, that's what I wanted to do because I saw other people do that. I'm like, okay, how does he see this so fast? But it's just is chart vision, right? How many times do you have to see a setup? How many times do you have to see price moving the way it's moving for you to finally have that clicking moment where you're like, oh my god, I know what's gonna happen, right? So to move on from that, I hope that made sense, guys. Do you still do trading sessions? Yeah, I do. I'm normally still on. You know, I don't really turn the stream on as much, but I am in the Discord. So in the morning, you know, I'm usually in there at 6 a.m. I'm in the Discord and I'm just sharing my screen and I'm doing the trading sessions in the Discord. But I haven't really done the trading streams. It's just because it's boring. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's really what it is. There's no other way to put it. You know, I don't trade every single day. You know, for example, today I took a trade. Today this morning when I woke up, there was 2 trades that I had already, which was GA and gold. But my style of trading, I don't trade every single day. Sometimes I go a week without trading. Sometimes I go a month without trading. A couple weeks ago, I updated my trading journal because I haven't really been doing my trading journal this year. I haven't been doing a good job at keeping it updated. But just to give you a a perspective on how I trade or how I've traded this year, I've only taken 56 trades. This year, I've only taken 56 trades. Out of those 56 trades, how many trades do you think I lost? I'll let you put that in the chat. I'll give you a minute. Out of the 56 trades, zero. Nah, not yet, not yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I've lost 3 trades. I've lost 3 trades this year out of the 56 trades. So 53 wins and 3 losses. That's my win rate right now for the year. 3 is still crazy. Yeah, I mean 3 is amazing. But again, the reason we're able to do that is because the setups that we take, you know, like again, we'll go through it so you can see the trade, right? And just to say what I want to say, which is I take the same, like I'm really a trader who takes the same trading setup every single time it's present. And if my trading setup is not present, I'm just not taking it. And again, sometimes your trading setup isn't going to show up. Sometimes you're going to want to force a trade. Sometimes, you know, it is what it is. And a lot of the losses that I've taken, have been because I'm just trying to force a trade. Right? Or I get too greedy and I say, fuck it, I'm a trade as soon as the market opens at fucking 5 p.m., 5:30, I'm on the charts looking at a trade. And it's like, oh, I see a trade and I know I'm going to lose the trade, but I take it anyway. So one of my losses was because of that, and that was a recent loss that I took. So, you know, we're human at the end of the day. We're still going to make human errors. We're still going to make human decisions, which sometimes won't be the best decisions, but it is what it is. You know, it can't be, you know, you just got to know how to stop it, right? That's the one thing that I've always told people, right? Like, you can make mistakes. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes. But it's understanding that if you make that mistake, like, for example, what I did when I lost that trade, it wasn't a mistake. Why? Because a mistake is something that you do that you truly didn't know what you were doing, right? And it's like, all right, cool, like I made a mistake, it is what it is. You know, I really didn't know what the outcome would have been, but I tried doing it anyway, right? But if you make the mistake, or if you do something wrong knowing that it's wrong and you did it anyway, is not a mistake, right? So that trade that I took, it wasn't a mistake, it was just, you know, me being stupid at the point. So GA, we're in V2, we're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the top side, right? We know that we're at the top of the zone of consolidation, and we're looking for the break of structure, and right now we still don't have the break. We had a testing candle, then the next candles came back down, price came back up, it gave us another testing candle, right? So the end of tomorrow, at the end of the day for Wednesday's trading session, I'm looking for this green candle to close above this green candle's, the wick at the top. If we could get that break of structure today, that would be perfect. Then we know that price is just going to continue that push to the top side, right? So on top of that, in the 4-hour time frame, we have 3 weeks of rise. Last week on the third week gave us a rise drop, so we already knew that this week we were looking for price to give us that push to the top side. Now, going into the 30-minute, and this is what I was saying this morning in the trading session that we had. So this trade itself, I took it last night during Asia session. I took it at around 9 p.m. right, and it was a beautiful trade. Right, on the first day we had a push, we had a pullback. You know, we had the cross of the EMAs. We know that in level 3 we want to see price bounce off the 50 EMA. Perfect. Right, as soon as the market opened, it gave us a beautiful trade. Now, you know, we just waited a couple minutes, spreads, all of that, blah blah blah. At 9 p.m. it gave us a beautiful engulfing candle, gave us a beautiful retest, and gave us clean, crystal clear traffic to the top side. Zero drawdown, beautiful trade. Initially, right, this was a trade obviously that I had held throughout the day, right, throughout the night. Initially I had my take profit up here at the 4th week push to the top side. However, by the time that I woke up, you know, I pretty much took profit here at before the 9:30 open. Right, it was right here with this green candle. I made a decision. I said, you know what, we have 2 days of rise, tomorrow's the 3rd day. I really was wanting to see price kind of just stay down here, right? So then that way, when the market would open today, I was really wanting to see something like this. So then we could take another trade here to continue the push, right, to the top side, right? And instead, price just gave us a nice little pullback during the NYC session and then just continued back to the top side. So, it is what it is. This could have been a trade that I could have held for a few more hours, pretty much just up until the end of the session, but, can't be greedy. We already had STP for the day. STP for the day was 85 pips. ADR for the day is 146 pips. So, not only did I catch more than 85 pips, I did more than STP. I caught 100% of the ADR for the day at 146 pips. So, I can't be upset at the trade. I can't be upset. I can't be, oh, I should have held the trade. Like, no, we understand what's at the table, right? So we understand that the first TP should always be STP. We know that everything else after STP is us being greedy. So it's all good, right? I did not a bad trade. It's a little quick 1 to 5, 17 pip stop, 96 pip TP. Pretty simple trade. There wasn't really anything too crazy. Now we have 2 days of drop. Tomorrow being the third day, right? We can already see that price is pushing to the top side. So GA is possibly not going to be a trade that I'm going to continue to look for at this point. Would have loved to have seen price give me a steeper pullback for today, but it can't be super simple for us every single time. So at this moment, GA, I'm also just going to turn it off. I'm not going to be keeping that on my watch list for tomorrow. And again, another reason for that is because I'm looking for this break of structure to happen in the daily time frame. So tomorrow during the isolation session at 7 p.m. we'll look at the candle closure. If we got the break of structure, then we'll talk about it. We'll talk about what we could be expecting moving forward, and what we could be expecting in the lower time frames as well, so we could start looking for more entries on GA. So right now it's good. Pretty much already gave us the move that we were looking for the week, so can't be upset. It is what it is. We'll keep it moving. We'll keep seeing if we have any other trades that look good. So GCAD, we are in we're in level 2, right? We already broke out of V1, which is the first zone of consolidation. We had the break of structure. We had a little simple just break, little retest, nothing too crazy. We could still see price giving us higher highs and higher lows. And right now we have no continuations. Again, would have loved to have seen a steeper pullback in the daily time frame, but it's all good. We know that we still have this gap here at the bottom of the market as well. So this is another pair where, once again, very similar to the other ones. Right, we have 3 weeks of rise. On the third week, gave us a rise drop, gave us a beautiful 4th week variation back to the top side. The only difference between GCAD and GA is that GCAD has this gap at the bottom of the market. So again, very similar to AU, very similar to EU. I'm not really going to be looking to take any trades on this pair until we fill that gap up. So at this moment, again, I'm just going to update this. We have 2 days of rise. Tomorrow being the third day. Could we expect and can we be looking for that third push to the top side? It could happen. Right, it could happen, technically speaking, but we are also trading at the highest point of the market maker's pattern, the current market maker's pattern. Right, we just broke above our daily high again here. So technically speaking, we're now trading between this daily low over here, right, and these daily highs over here at the top side. So at this moment, GCAD is one of those pairs, very similar to the other ones that we talked about, that I'm just not really going to keep this one on my watch list. But what I am going to do is, for the sake of tomorrow's morning session, we'll add this to our 372 list, and we'll keep an eye on it tomorrow morning when we wake up and we start looking at the charts. Mistakes are the proof for the human being. Yup. GJ. I don't know what to say about GJ. Right, I'll start off with that. So GJ in the daily time frame, right? Again, everything is color coordinated on my charts. The daily time frame is gray, right? So the daily high and the daily low is gray. The 4-hour time frame high and lows are blue, and the 30-minute time frame is red. Right, and then the gold boxes are the engulfing candles. The engulfing candles could be in the daily time frame, it could be in the 4-hour time frame, it could be in the 30-minute time frame. So in the daily time frame, we know again that we're still trading between higher high and higher low, right? And it's all good. Higher high, higher low, higher high. Price came down, gave us a higher low, then went back to the top side. We have no continuations. We had a month of rise, then a month of drop last month. No continuations. In the 4-hour time frame, once again, we were trading between higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price went down and gave us lower low, lower high, lower low, and then price went back and gave us a change of character, higher high again up here. So technically speaking, we're trading between higher high, higher low, and looking to see, does price want to continue and give us a higher high, or does price want to follow the internal structure, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Right now we have no continuations in the 4-hour time frame either. And in the 30-minute, all we have at this moment is still higher highs and higher lows, right? And on top of the fact that we still have higher highs and higher lows, we have 3 days of rise. Today being the 3rd day, price gave us a rise drop. So again, what could we expect on the market going into today's session? I could be expecting price to give me a new push to the top side. So GJ, we could be expecting price to just continue that push back to the top. Right, so right now we'll call this 372, fourth day variation. Right, so we know that we're looking for price to continue the push to the top side, right? And at this moment, let's look at the higher time frames and lower time frames. Do we have any engulfing candles that we could be like, oh, this is most likely where price is going to give us a pullback before we could continue the push to the top side, right? And at this moment, we don't have any engulfings in the 4, nothing in the 1, nothing in the 30, and nothing in the 15. I'm not going to go lower than the 15-minute time frame on GJ. It's too big of a pair. CAD JPY was good, Olam. CAD JPY sells, we'll go over that. I'll turn it on. Once I go in order, we're almost done here. It's the one with the red folder. When we finish with US oil, I'll look at CAD JPY and I will let you know what I think about CAD JPY. I got you, no worries. But kind of, JPY pairs kind of all move similar, since I'm looking for buys on GJ, where it looks like price wants to buy up. Pretty sure CAD JPY is kind of on that same, but we'll look at it. So GU daily time frame, we know that GU, we finally closed that gap that we had at the bottom, right? But we're still making lower lows and lower highs. We know that we're in V1. Right, we're in level 2 technically speaking already. We already broke above the first zone of consolidation. Now we're getting that pullback. So at this moment, price got 2 months to drop. This month being the 3rd month. Again, we're not expecting a new low to be made since it is counter trending, but we're still making lower lows and lower highs. Right, lower low, lower high, all the way back down to the bottom to the lower low. Right, we also know that we have just 1 week of drop counter going against the trend, so we have no continuations. And in the 30-minute time frame, right, we had price giving us higher highs and higher lows, as we can see here. Higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price went down and gave us a lower low over here to start the week off. So at this moment, we do have 2 days of rise. We did break above the 800 EMA. We do have the 50 and the 200 EMA crossing above each other, the 50 crossing above the 50. We do have a 30-minute engulfing candle that price already tapped into. Could this be an area where we could look for a trade here for a 3rd day push to the top side? Absolutely. However, for me personally, this risk to reward on GU at this moment is just not worth it, right? I'm not gonna risk 17 pips to only get 18, right? I'm not here to trade for a one-on-one, right, or a one-to-one, right? There's just no point. This would be how the setup could look, right? And there's just no point. This isn't even a real trade. Right? We're gonna be trading a one-to-one. That doesn't make sense, right? So at this moment for GU, I'm gonna keep a close eye on it, but it's not gonna be, I'm not really gonna keep a very close eye on it. But we'll look at it tomorrow morning. We'll keep it that way. Now US30, you did say US30 con, right? You said you were looking at US30 for buys, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. You said I have an eye on US30, maybe a potential for a long-term trade. Maybe a potential for a long-term trade. Okay. Yeah, buys. Okay. So what I do like about US30 buys, right? And just to keep it simple, right? What is price doing in the daily time frame? Right? We're making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. We had a higher high and price is giving us a higher low. Right? So off the bat, just looking at the daily time frame market structure, it looks good, right? We're making higher highs and higher lows. In the 4-hour time frame, we have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Price came down and gave us a higher low, right? The only thing that's missing right now is obviously in a higher low, what do we want to see? We want to see price turn around. We want to start seeing higher highs and higher lows. And currently in the 30-minute time frame, we're still making lower lows and lower highs. Lower low, lower high, lower low. Right? So could the buys, could we get a buy? Yes. I don't think it'll be a long-term buy. I don't think we'll have a long-term buy on US30 until we start, until we get a change of character. Once we get a change of character, once we get a break of structure, then we'll start taking a trade. For example, we'll draw this out because I know US30 is a pretty big pair. But right now, this is what price is doing. Right? Boom. And we're here. In order for me to even start talking about long-term holds for longs, right? We know that we're trading between this 30-minute high and this 30-minute low, right? I need to see a change of character, right? And that change of character is not going to happen. It doesn't happen here. It happens when price breaks these highs. This is when the change of character happens, because again, we understand that we're trading lower low, lower high, lower low. These highs never broke, these lows never broke, so we can't say this is lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This is just internal structure. Right? We understand that internal structure, anything could happen here. Right? Yeah, you could see higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. You would think this is a higher low, but then price goes and breaks back down. But if price doesn't break this low, then price could just continue to do something like this and just turn into a zone of consolidation. Right? Until we either break those lows or break those highs. Once we break these highs, this is where the change of character happens. Once we get that change of character, that's when I'll start looking for trades going long. But at this moment, US30 is also in a situation where we understand US30 has, number one, where are we? We're at the all-time highs. We're in the highest point in the market. Right? That's number one. Number two, we understand that US30 also has these gaps at the bottom of the market that we know price is going to fill. We know price is going to fill. So it's just a matter of time. Right? For me to feel comfortable looking to continue to look for shorts. So we'll even talk about that. Right? Which is, oh, you were looking for shorts here at the highs, right? You were taking these trades going short. Why didn't you take any of these trades going short? It's very simple, right? In a higher high, what am I looking for? In a higher high, I'm looking for a higher low. I'm looking for price to go down, right? To draw it out visually. Higher high, higher low, right? In a higher high, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a higher low, right? So in this case, at the higher high, once we saw that price started rejecting these highs, we started going down, right? We took one trade, we took two trades. If I'm not mistaken, there was three trades. Or no, the three trades were the ones from this week, right? From this week, the higher high going into the higher low. Once we got into the higher low, what happened? Price rejected the lows and started pushing to the top side, right? And we started taking these trades going back up, right? We took one trade, we took two trades, we took two trades. That's it. And then once we got to the higher high, once again, and we started seeing that we were rejecting these highs, we started going back down. Once we went back down and we started seeing that prices rejecting the lows, started going back to the top, gave us another higher high. Right? Boom, boom, boom. A couple days passed. We know that we were in a zone of consolidation. Right? We talked about this a few weeks ago. Once I saw that we were just stuck in a zone of consolidation, it made it a lot easier. Right? Because at this point, if price rejects the highs of the zone of consolidation, then we know we're going to go right back down to the low of the zone of consolidation. Exactly what happened here, right? Rejected the highs, went back down to the lows, and we broke the lows. Now the only thing that we never got once we broke these lows was a break, a retest to then continue. Price broke, and what happened? Just continued to push down to the bottom. We never had a pullback. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days where price was just falling down. So right now for US30, to keep it simple, there's a very long explanation. US30, for me to look for sells, I'm not gonna be looking for any trades. I'm gonna be honest on US30. Now again, if you're in buys, just be very careful that again you're trading lower high, lower low. So you know that if you get into these buys, lower high going into a lower low. Right, so just be very, very careful with that trade on US30. That's pretty much all I could say. But right now, I don't really have anything on US30. There's nothing on my scope for US30, so we'll keep moving forward. So USDCAD, we are in V2. We're finally in level 3. We finally broke above the zone of consolidation. We have 2 months of rise, this month being the 3rd month. Price gave us that 3rd push to the top side. On the 4-hour time frame, we have 3 weeks of rise. This week being a 4th week push, price looks like it wants to just continue. So it is what it is. We're still making higher highs and higher lows. And on the 30-minute time frame, we had 3 days of rise. Yesterday being the 3rd day, gave us a rise no net, and then today we're looking for that 4th day push. But as soon as the market opened, price just continued to push to the top side. Never gave us an opportunity to take a trade, but very beautiful structure. So USDCAD, I'm not really expecting price to continue the push to the top side. I am expecting price to give us a pullback, so we'll keep a close eye on that. Since USDCAD, I'm not looking for any trades. We'll turn that off. USDZAR, same thing. We have a gap here at the bottom of the market. This follows the same thing USDCAD does. We are in V2. We're in the 2nd zone of consolidation, looking for that 3rd and final push to the top side. We had 2 months of rise. This month being the 3rd month. Price already gave us. Did we get a new high? Yeah, we did. Price already gave us a new high with the opening wick, and then started going down. So not only that, but again, we have a gap here at the bottom of the market. So I am expecting price to give us that push back down to the bottom. This is not a pair that's really going to be on my watch list for now. Very similar to USDCAD once again. So USDZAR, will turn that off. Thank you, of course, my brother, no problem. Thank you. For gold, daily time frame, we're in the highest point in the market. At one point we were making higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price went down and gave us a lower low. Pretty much gave us a lower high. Gave us this 30-minute gap here at the bottom of the market. Once again, we have no continuations in the daily time frame. In the 4-hour time frame, no continuations. We have 2 months where price is just moving sideways, just giving us no nets. Went back to the 4-hour highs and gave us a rejection of the highs, right? And then pretty much going to what we're seeing now. So once we saw that price rejected these highs, right, gave us an inducement of the highs, we have a little change of character. We had a 30-minute engulfing candle, which we can see here. Right, so the first trade was a straight we got the little internal change of character. We had the break. We had a retest in the 30-minute engulfing candle. Beautiful. Right back into STP for the day for our save take profit. And then price gave us a change of character in the 30-minute. Right, so we went from higher high, higher low, higher high to then lower low, lower high. Right, in this push down to the bottom, it gave us 3 days of drop. On the 3rd day, which was yesterday, price gave us a drop rise. And we already understood, okay, perfect. We're looking for a 4th day variation to the bottom. So once I saw that price gave us that 3rd push and started going to the top side, 800 EMA rejected, 5-minute time frame, this was the trade here. Right, gold gave us a change of character. It was in the 1 minute. Right, price gave us a change of character, lower low, lower high, break of structure, lower low. Right, once we got the break of structure lower low, price went up and gave us a retest, and this retest was the 5-minute engulfing candle. Right, and that was the trade. Right, I held this throughout the session, so price came, we were in profit, price came back up to the engulfing candle, which was pretty much this entire zone here. Right, gave us another beautiful entry point here, and then as soon as price came into our engulfing candle, went straight into profit. Right, straight into profit, back down to the bottom. Right, so this was a beautiful trade. Can't ask for a better trade than that, to be honest. This was crystal clear. Let's update our 30-minute lows. We know we're trading between this 30-minute low here. We know that we're trading between this 30-minute high over here. And we know that we have another day of drop here. So at this moment, I'm not expecting price to continue to push down to the bottom. I am expecting price to potentially start giving us a pullback back to the top side. You think gold will come back and make a new all-time high, but it looks pretty sell though. I don't know. I can't really I can't really put my finger on that, right? I can't say that gold will give us a new all-time high. I don't know. I'm not. I trade what's in front of me, right? I trade what's in front of me and what the market is showing me. When it comes to everything else, like to really answer that question, you would have to ask somebody who's on the charts, looking at news, and really understands um how to trade the markets when there's a lot of news going on. You know, could gold give us all-time highs and just continue to push to the top side? Absolutely. Just like US30, just like S&P, just like Bitcoin. Um, However, I can't answer that question. I trade the markets, right? Whatever is given in front of me at that certain time, that's what I'm trading, especially when it's a pair like gold that's in peak high territory, right? Right now, the market makers pattern, we have none because price is just in the highest point in the market, right? So, what we do have is a change of character, right? That change of character is the first initial indicator that price is ready to turn around. However, a change of character is not a 100% indicator that price has turned around. It's the beginning phase of it. After a change of character, we want to see a break of structure. So if you would have asked me this question when price would have given us another lower low, if price would have given us a break of structure down here, right? We have higher high, higher high, lower low, change of character, lower high. Let's say in a month, price gives us a lower low break of structure, and you go and you ask me that question again, do I think price is going to give me all-time highs? No, because the market makers pattern, the trend of this pair has shifted. We're no longer in an uptrend, we're in a downtrend. We're expecting price to continue this downtrend push. However, where we're at right now with gold, could price continue to push to the top side and give us new all-time highs? Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. Right? Absolutely. So that's how I could answer that question. But it's not something that I'm 100% sure of. It's not something that I'm 90% sure of. It's just something that I know could happen. When it could happen, I don't know. We just gotta continue to trade the markets and just continue to trade what we know, right? And at this point, at these highs, price rejected these highs, gave us an inducement, and then started going back down to the bottom. We're still making lower lows and lower highs. So, even to answer that question, just based on what we have right now on the charts and what we could see, right now making new all-time highs, just it doesn't seem probable because price isn't giving us any indicator that price wants to do that, right? Price left us a gap here at the bottom of the market. We already know that price is going to come back down and fill that gap up, but again, we understand that price doesn't have to fill that gap up as soon as it makes the gap, right? It could fill it a week, 2 weeks, it could fill it in a month, 2 months, it could fill it in 6 months, it could fill it in a year, right? So it's really just about understanding. The best way to really go through trading is understanding, like, okay, price, when you're trading a pair like gold, when you're trading a pair like US30, the mindset should always, and Bitcoin, right, should always be like, okay, yeah, we know price is going down, but this is a commodity pair, right? We understand that this is what people invest in when shit goes south, and there's so much going wrong right now in the world that there's so many people investing in silver, there's so many people investing in gold, there's so many people putting their trust in S&P and US30, right? So just understanding those little things, it's going to allow you to not get trapped into a trade, right? So just keep it that way. Just have that mentality when it comes to it. Like, end of the day, we're trading the markets, right? Before you get into a trade, you want to see a change of character, you want to see a break of structure, you want to see an engulfing candle. You want to see structure, you want to see high. If you're looking for longs, you want to see higher highs and higher lows, right? If you're looking for shorts, you want to see lower lows and lower highs, right? Just continue to follow what you already have been following. Just be patient with it. You know what I mean? There, especially nowadays, you're gonna have days where you're not gonna be taking trades, and that's okay, right? A lot of people are gonna be like, no, that's not okay. You gotta be trading every single day. That's not what trading is, right? That's not what a real trader is not gonna tell you that. So, um, I'm not gonna do anything crazy here for Bitcoin. We already have 3 months of rise. This month being the fourth month, I'm not expecting price to just continue to push to the top side. 4 hour time frame, we have 2 weeks of rise. This week being the third week, price already gave us that third week push to the top side. So again, I'm not expecting price to continue to push. And then in the 30-minute time frame, we have a 3 days of rise. On the third day, price gave us a rise no net, which was today. Could we be expecting price to continue to push to the top side and give us a 4th day variation? It could happen. However, we also know that in the 1 hour time frame and the 30-minute time frame, price gave us this nice engulfing candle and it respected it. So, at this moment also, right? In the 30-minute time frame, we have higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price came down and gave us a lower low change of character. So if price then gives us a lower high and then another lower low break of structure, then we know we could take this trade here to continue that push back down to the bottom. Right? That would be what I'd be expecting on Bitcoin. Now, if price does not give us a break of structure, if price we can see that it fails to break these lows, then we know that this is where we could start looking to take a trade, right? To go back to the top side to make these new highs over here. Right? So right now it's just it's just being patient, right? Right now in the 30-minute and the 1-hour time frame, we're getting a lot of indication that price wants to go down, but this could still be an inducement. Because technically speaking, price is still in an uptrend. Right? So Bitcoin, we just want to be patient with that. And the last but not least, guys, oil. I do remember CAD JPY, so I do have that. I'll go over that now. So US oil, we're in A1. We're in the first zone of consolidation. We're at the low of the zone of consolidation in a downtrend. So this is not where we want to start looking to take a trade. But price has been down here for the last 3 months. So we just got to be comfortable and wait for price to give us a continuation. We have no continuations in the 4-hour time frame either. And then in the 30-minute time frame, we have 2 days of drop. You know, could we be looking for a 3rd day low going into tomorrow's trading session? It could happen. You know, what I don't like is how steep this pullback is towards the end of the day, but right now we're looking good, right? The 30-minute, not right now we're close to it, but would love to see the 50 EMA cross below the 200. We can see that in the 15-minute it already happened. We know that in level 2, which is what we're looking for, we want to see price bounce off the 200 EMA. That's exactly where we're at right now in the 15-minute time frame. So this could be a really good trade. This could be a really good position. But at this moment, I would still love to see lower time frame kind of give me more indications as to where I'm going with price. In the 1 minute, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? And then higher high, higher low, higher high, and then we're now getting that change of character here. Haven't gotten it yet, but this is one where we'll just have to keep this one close, and we'll look at it tomorrow morning. So now CAD JPY again, guys. That's pretty much it for today. You know, we'll go over CAD JPY since somebody in the chat said they wanted to go over that pair. But if you guys have any other questions, any other pairs you guys want me to go over, let me know. If not, then once we finish with CAD JPY, we'll be done with the session, and we'll be back again tomorrow morning, or tomorrow evening for the next isolation session. So yeah, like I was saying, right, when you told me to go over CAD JPY, it's very similar to the other JPY pairs that we have on the chart, which is GBP. You know, they're all moving the same exact way. It's very similar when it comes to market structure. You know, daily time frame, we're still making higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price came down and just gave us the inducement of these lows, right? In the 4-hour time frame, we're trading higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? And the price gave us a new high? No, right? So we're still trading between. All right, bro, hold on. All right, we're still trading between lower low, lower high, lower low. Right, we haven't broken those highs, haven't broken those lows. Everything else is internal structures. So in these internal structures, right, once price gave us the inducement of the high, right, higher high, higher low, higher high, right, technically we had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low, lower high, right? This is where price then gave us a lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high. And price didn't really break these lows, but then price gave us, you know, change of character, higher high, higher low, higher high, break of structure, higher low, right? To then continue higher high, right? And this is where price then gave us another change of character. So in the 30-minute time frame, In the 30-minute time frame, we're trading between this 30-minute high up here and these 30-minute lows down here. But I don't know what your question was because you deleted the the message, so I don't remember what the question was for CAD JPY. If you're looking for shorts, I think that's what you were saying. Um, thanks, but no problem, my brother. When is the session tomorrow? UTC? I'm not sure, but it's 7 p.m. So, well, if you're talking about the trading session or the live trading session or the isolation session, East to UST or UTC. 7 p.m. East to UTC is 12 a.m. your time. But 6 a.m. Oh, so it should be just 11 a.m. Eastern or 11 a.m. your time. East to UTC. Yeah, so 6 a.m. the live trading session, 11 a.m. your time, 11 in the morning. So yeah, Olam, I don't remember what your message was because you deleted it, but this is pretty much what I could see here for CAD JPY, right? We're pretty much in a situation where higher time frame we're still uptrending, right? But in the lower time frames, price is giving us downtrend pushes. So we're kind of set in a situation where we kind of just have to, every single position that we look at, for example, in order for us to look for sells, right, we need to see price break these lows, and we'll put a square next to it, right? Did we get a clean break? No, none of these candles were a clean break of structure. They're just still testing the zone. So once price gives us a break, then I'll be looking for a retest to continue, right? And then where am I looking for price to continue? I'm looking for price to continue down to these lows, right? And then once price gets down to these lows, we'll want to see a break of here, a retest to continue back down to the bottom. And then again, where do we want to see price go down to? To these lows down here, right? And then opposite, right? When we're looking for, okay, let's start looking for buys then. Well, what do we want to see? Well, the first thing we want to see is what we're seeing right now, right? We have the inducement to the lows. Once we get the inducement to the lows, my bad, I had to sneeze. Once we get the inducement to the lows, what do we want to see? We want to see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Once we get to these highs, right, we want to see price break, retest to continue. Once we get to these highs, we want to see the same thing. Break, continue, right? Break, retest to continue, right? So it's really just about being patient. You're looking for the same thing, but you're looking for it going opposite, right? Like if you're looking for shorts, okay, what do you look for shorts? And if you're looking for longs, what do you need to look for longs, right? So that's pretty much it, guys. Any other questions, let me know. Alright, thank you, bro. No problem, my brother. I appreciate you. See any questions in the Discord? I don't think so. I think we're good for the night. So that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys all have a great rest of your night. If you guys have any other questions, whether you guys want to ask me a question here in the chat, you can, or you can message me privately in Discord or Twitter, X, whatever you guys wanna go over. Sell on CAD JPY, yeah, we kind of just broke that down for you here, Olam. We're pretty much still in a waiting game. If price breaks these lows here, then I'll start looking for shorts on CAD JPY. If not, then this is where we'll start seeing price continue to push to the top side. But this is looking good for shorts. We're still a little too early to kind of gauge where price wants to go. But if price ends up breaking these lows, then definitely is looking good to continue that push down to the bottom, back down to these lows down here. So then a position here would look something like this, where we could either catch a continuation, or we could have a trade something like this, right? Or if price gives us an opportunity here, right, if price gives us a pullback, then we'll be looking for a position something like this. Wouldn't be too bad either way. But again, we'll just have to be patient when it comes to these entries. We're a little too early onto it at this point. We still don't have enough confirmations for us to take a trade like that on CAD JPY just yet. So just to recap our charts for the night, we don't have too many of them turned on anymore. So start from the top to the bottom. GCAD could be expecting price to give us a new high for the day for tomorrow. GJ, same thing. We could be expecting price to give us a new high for the day going into tomorrow. GU, same thing. Looking for a 372. We could be expecting price to give us a push to the top side. US30, I don't really have anything on US30 just yet. This is going to be one where normally I wait till NYC to even really draw anything out for US30, so we'll just wait for tomorrow's trading session. Gold, I'm not really looking for anything either. We already completed the move that we were looking for the week, so I'm not really super interested on gold. Just gonna be patient on gold. Very similar to Bitcoin. Also, Bitcoin, I'm not really gonna keep a close eye on it, but we'll look for it tomorrow morning. And then oil's looking good, right? What I was saying, right? This is most likely where price is gonna give us this entry for oil to give us a third day push down to the bottom. So that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys all have a great rest of your night, and we'll be back tomorrow morning. Make sure you guys join the Discord, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.